Welcome back to the deep dive, everybody. Today we're going philosophical.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be diving into some big questions about freedom
Right.
and how we organize ourselves as a society. What makes a good society?
Exactly.
And for this deep dive, we've got a real heavyweight to guide us.
Absolutely.
Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel
A giant in the field.
lived in the late 18th, early 19th centuries. And this guy, Hegel, was really, really focused on this idea of freedom.
That's right.
How do we live freely?
How do we make sense of it?
Yeah. And he tried to build like a whole philosophical system
Yeah.
around this question. So we're going to be looking at everything from property,
Right. The basic
crime and punishment,
morality.
how we decide what's right and wrong.
Right and wrong.
And even the state.
The state.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
His main book on this is called Elements of the Philosophy of Right.
Published in 1821.
1821, yeah. And it's been hugely influential. I mean, people like Karl Marx,
Well,
Charles Taylor.
yeah.
Really big thinkers were influenced by this work, and it still gives us some really valuable ways to think about how we live together.
How we live together. Yeah.
How we organize ourselves.
Big questions.
Yeah. So that's our mission in this deep dive,
All
to
right.
get to the core of Hegel's system,
Sounds good.
his way of understanding how we can live together freely.
All right. Let's jump in.
All right, so let's start with maybe one of the most controversial things Hegel ever said.
All right.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. The rationale is actual, and the actual is rational.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Now, that's from the preface to his book, The Philosophy of Right.
From the preface.
Yeah. And that little phrase, that little double saying has caused a lot of debate,
Oh, yeah. Cause a stir.
a lot of different interpretations.
Any different interpretations.
So initially, some people, especially conservative thinkers at the time, they kind of took it to mean that, well, Hegel was saying the Prussian state, the society he lived in,
Right.
was basically rational.
It's justified as it is.
Yeah, like it's justified as it is. This is the perfect way to organize things.
So like a very conservative reading.
Yeah, very conservative reading. So someone like Rudolf Heim, back in the mid-19th century,
Yeah.
that's how he read it. But if you look at the actual content
The book itself
of the book, you see that Hegel actually supported reforms
that were happening in Prussia at the time.
in Prussia. Yeah, he wanted to change things.
Yeah, he was in favor of these reforms.
To improve things. And the funny thing is that those reforms,
Yeah.
they were actually opposed
By people in power.
by the people in power.
The reactionary.
The reactionaries after 1819,
Yeah.
who wanted to keep things as they were.
Right.
So it's not so simple
More complicated.
as saying, oh, Hegel, he just thought everything was fine and dandy.
Not a simple endorsement of the status quo.
No, not at all.
Much more nuanced.
Yeah. Then you have someone like Karl Popper,
Oh, Popper.
who comes along and he takes this really extreme view.
Yeah.
He calls Hegel, get this,
The father of
the
totalitarianism.
father of modern historicism
Right.
and totalitarianism.
Big claim.
Huge claim, right?
Yeah.
And Popper kind of based that partly on Hegel's famous line about the state being the march of God in the world.
Ah, okay.
But here's the thing. That quote
yeah.
is not from Hegel's main book.
Not from Philosophy of
It's
Art.
from the student lecture notes.
Ah, the student lecture notes.
Yeah.
The editions.
Yeah. Which were added to later editions.
Right.
So, maybe not the best
Not the most reliable source.
source for Hegel's own view.
Yeah, maybe take a little bit out of context.
Yeah, and scholars actually think now that Popper's interpretation was kind of influenced by his own
agenda.
Yeah, his own philosophical and political agenda.
Yeah.
So then you have another interpretation,
Right.
which is sometimes called the liberal interpretation.
The liberal one.
Yeah. And this one focuses on Hegel's support for democratic ideas.
Okay, so this is highlighting the other side.
Yeah, like trial by jury. He was a big fan of that.
Big fan of juries.
And he also had this lifelong admiration for the French Revolution.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The storming of the Bastille.
Storming the Bastille, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to see him as like a super conservative.
Right, when he's celebrating the French Revolution.
When he's, consistently throughout his life celebrating this kind of radical event.
Yeah, so not a simple picture.
Not a simple picture at all.
Okay.
So thinkers like Shlomo Avineri and T.M. Knox, they've really emphasized
Yeah.
these more progressive aspects of Hegel's thought. So where does that leave us today?
Yeah. Good question.
I mean, what do most thinkers today
Yeah.
think about Hegel's political views?
How do they categorize him?
Yeah.
Well, most agree that Popper's view of Hegel as this, proto-totalitarian, that's a bit extreme.
Right, probably a bit unfair
Yeah.
to Hegel.
But it is true that his philosophy is complicated.
Yeah.
You can't easily put him in a box
Yeah.
as conservative or progressive.
It's much more nuanced than that.
Yeah, he's trying to move beyond those
He's
categories.
doing his own thing. All right, so we've looked at some of the different ways
Yeah.
to understand Hegel's work. To really get into it, though, to really act as philosophers ourselves,
Yeah.
we need to talk about the structure of his thought.
Okay.
Specifically, the whole debate about
All right.
metaphysical versus non-metaphysical readings.
Metaphysics. All right. So this is a key part of the scholarly debate about Hegel. For a long time, especially in the English-speaking world,
Right.
the dominant view was this non-metaphysical reading.
Okay, non-metaphysical. So what does that mean exactly?
So basically, the idea is you can understand Hegel's social and political philosophy.
Yeah.
His ideas in the philosophy of
Right.
without getting bogged down
Okay.
in all the complicated metaphysics.
So like his theories about the nature of reality,
Right.
his whole system of logic.
Exactly. All that stuff. Yeah.
You can just focus on the political stuff
Yeah. Just focus on the political and the social.
without needing all that other stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So people like Z.A. Pelczynski, he was a big proponent of that.
Okay.
That kind of reading. And the idea is that philosophy of right can kind of stand alone.
It's its own thing.
Yeah. You don't need all the other baggage.
Okay.
Yeah. And this view often sees Hegel as building on Immanuel Kant,
Okay.
another big philosopher.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like a post-Kantian interpretation.
Okay. A post-Kantian Hegel.
Yeah. And scholars like Friedrich Neuhauser, Alan Paton,
Yeah.
Robert Pippin, they all kind of contributed to this view.
Okay.
And they often did so by focusing very deliberately on philosophy of right
Yeah.
and kind of downplaying
Okay.
metaphysical stuff that some people find abstract and hard to grasp.
Yeah, the more difficult stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But then you have the other side,
Okay.
right? You have the metaphysical reading.
The people who say, no, you can't just ignore all that stuff.
You can't just ignore it.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
So what's their take on this?
So they argue that the non-metaphysical readings
Yeah.
give you an incomplete picture
Okay.
of Hegel.
It's not the whole Hegel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that Hegel himself
Yeah.
saw philosophy of right as part of his big system,
Okay.
his whole system,
Okay.
his overall understanding of reality.
You need the whole picture.
You need the whole picture,
Okay.
right? So people like Frederick Beiser, Stephen Holgate,
Yeah.
they argue that to really get Hegel's intentions,
Yeah.
you gotta look at the metaphysical foundations.
So you have to do the hard work.
Yeah, you have to do the hard work. You can't just cherry pick the easy stuff,
Okay.
right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. And they say that even though focusing solely on philosophy of right might make things easier,
Right.
it avoids some of the more challenging aspects,
Yeah.
it doesn't really capture Hegel's complete philosophical project.
Okay, so it's more of a surface level understanding then.
Yeah,
Okay.
more superficial.
And this leads to the current discussion
Mhm.
about systematic versus non-systematic readings.
All right.
How does that fit in?
Right. So today the focus is less on whether or not metaphysics is involved
Okay.
and more on how philosophy of right fits in
Yeah.
with Hegel's whole system,
Regardless of the metaphysics.
regardless of how much how much weight you give to that.
Okay.
So these non-systematic readings, the
Mhm.
ones that try to interpret philosophy of right in isolation,
Yeah.
they have very few supporters now,
Okay.
like almost nobody.
Almost nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's largely because Hegel himself, in the preface to Philosophy of Right,
Right in the beginning.
right in the beginning,
Hmm.
he says very clearly that philosophy of right is basically a more detailed
Yeah.
and organized presentation
Okay.
of the same ideas that he already outlined
Okay.
in his Encyclopedia of the Philosophical Sciences.
Okay, in his big encyclopedia.
Yeah, his big encyclopedia.
That makes sense.
Right.
So he saw it as connected
He saw it as connected.
to his broader project.
Exactly.
So the systematic reading then, which you said is the more accepted view now.
The more orthodox view.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It fits with what Hegel himself said.
It fits with his own intentions.
Yeah.
And this systematic reading basically acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Hegel's logic and his wider philosophical system,
Yeah.
they give you valuable context
Okay.
to understand his arguments
Okay.
in philosophy of
They help you understand.
Yeah, they illuminate things.
Yeah, they illuminate things. Okay, that makes sense. So the connection is there.
The connection is there.
Right.
Undeniable.
Undeniably. But I guess the debate now is how strong is that connection?
Exactly.
Yeah. How much do you need it?
How much do you need the whole system
Yeah.
to understand the political philosophy?
Right.
So most people agree that Hegel's political philosophy should be understood
Yeah.
in this systematic context,
Okay.
right? But there's still some debate about whether you need to accept all of it
Okay.
to really appreciate his contributions to political thought.
Okay. So there's still some wiggle room there.
Yeah, some wiggle room.
Okay. All right. So we're starting to get a feel for how scholars approach Hegel.
Yeah,
And now to really act as philosophers ourselves.
right.
And get into his method.
Okay.
We need to talk about his famous dialectical approach.
The dialectic.
Yeah, the dialectic.
This is key.
This is key. So philosophy of right, it's not just a straightforward argument.
Oh.
It's structured in these numbered paragraphs
Okay.
with with Hegel's own additions.
Yeah.
Which he called remarks.
Remarks.
And then you've got the student notes.
Yeah.
The additions.
The additions.
And the core of his method is this idea of the dialectic.
Right.
And it's not a simple step-by-step A to B to C kind of thing.
No, not linear.
It's more about showing how these opposing ideas or viewpoints can be resolved or brought together into a higher, more complete understanding.
A synthesis.
Yeah. So think of it like a philosophical journey. Okay.
Where contradictions
Yeah.
actually lead you to
New insights.
new insights.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not about avoiding contradictions.
Right.
It's about going through them
Yeah.
and seeing what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Can you give us an example?
Sure, yeah.
Like a concrete example
Yeah, a concrete example.
of how this dialectical method works.
So Hegel often starts with very abstract ideas.
Okay.
Very basic concepts.
Okay.
And he uses this example of moving from pure being.
Pure being,
Yeah.
which is like something completely undefined.
Yeah, something that has no characteristics.
Okay.
Right. To pure nothingness.
Pure nothingness.
Because if something has no characteristics,
Yeah.
it's kind of like nothing,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But then he argues
Yeah.
that the very process of considering
Okay.
these two opposites,
Yeah.
these two abstract ideas,
Yeah.
gives rise to a new concept,
Okay.
becoming. Becoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the initial opposition between being and nothingness
Yeah.
is resolved in this.
Yeah.
More concrete idea of something coming into existence
Okay.
and going out of existence.
Okay. So it's like a process
Yeah.
of starting with these simple ideas,
Yeah.
recognizing their limitations,
Yeah.
their contradictions.
They're contradictions.
And then arriving at a more nuanced understanding
Yeah, more comprehensive.
that kind of incorporates those limitations.
Yeah, move beyond
Moves beyond them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
Good, good.
Okay.
And Hegel emphasizes that this method, this
Yeah.
dialectical method,
Yeah.
it's not just some random technique,
Okay.
right?
It's not just something he made up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He assumes that his readers are familiar with
Okay.
his system of logic,
Okay.
where this is all explained in much more detail.
Oh, so there's more to it.
There's a whole other book,
Yeah. A whole other level.
a whole other level.
Okay.
Yeah. So to really engage with Hegel as a philosopher,
Yeah.
understanding this method
Okay.
is really important.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this dialectical movement,
Yeah.
it's not just happening within individual sections, right?
No.
It also shapes the whole book,
The whole book.
the structure of the whole philosophy of.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing is a dialectical progression,
Okay.
right? So it starts with abstract right,
Abstract.
which deals with these very basic,
Yeah.
almost pure concepts
Okay.
like property,
Property.
right, and these initial ideas of wrong,
Okay. Wrongs.
right. Then it moves to its opposite,
Okay.
which is morality,
Morality.
yeah, which focuses on
Yeah.
the inner world
Yeah.
of the will,
Yeah.
conscience, responsibility,
Okay.
and then finally,
Yeah.
these two,
Yeah.
abstract right and virality, they're brought together and they find their concrete reality
Okay.
in ethical life.
Ethical life.
Yeah, which examines
Yeah.
our social institutions,
Okay. Institutions like.
like the family, civil society, and the state.
Okay. So it's a journey then.
Yeah.
From abstract
From abstract,
to more concrete
concrete.
levels of how freedom is realized.
Exactly. It's all about how freedom unfolds
Okay.
in the world.
And this idea of freedom,
Yeah.
it seems to be like absolutely central.
It's the core
Yeah.
to Hegel's whole project.
His whole philosophical
Its whole philosophical system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hegel actually says in the introduction to philosophy of right,
Right.
very explicitly, that this is a philosophy of freedom.
Okay. He comes right out and says it.
He comes right out and says it,
Okay.
right? He says the subject matter is the idea of right,
Yeah.
the concept of right,
Right.
and its actualization.
Okay. It's actualization.
So how it becomes real
Right.
in the world.
Yeah.
So his aim is to explain
Yeah.
what right is
Okay.
and how it becomes real,
Okay. And how it plays out
how it plays out
in our lives.
in our lives. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he connects this to free will
Yeah, very closely.
very closely.
Right.
Right. He says that the existence of right
Yeah.
means that humans have free will.
It presupposes free will.
Yeah, you have to have free will for there to even be right.
Exactly. You can't have one without the other.
Okay.
And he develops this idea much more in his broader system.
Okay, so it's a big idea.
Yeah, it's a big idea.
Okay. And the challenge for Hegel is to figure out
Yeah.
what is genuine freedom.
That's the real deal.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, we can just be driven by our desires
Yeah.
and passions.
Just like animals.
Yeah, just like animals. So how is human freedom different?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Hegel, philosophy of right, it's this investigation into how the free will, which wills the free will,
Okay.
can be understood.
So free will choosing itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do we make sense of that?
Yeah.
And how does it show up in our lives?
In society.
In society.
Yeah, okay.
And he even defines right itself
Yeah?
in relation to this idea of freedom.
Right. He defines right
Yeah.
as the existence of the free will in the world.
Okay, so right is all about freedom.
Right is freedom in action.
In the world.
In the world.
Okay, and as we've talked about, he explores this through abstract morality
Right.
and ethical life.
Right.
And each stage
Yeah.
builds on the last one.
It builds and it resolves the tensions.
Resolves the tensions.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into that first stage.
Right.
Abstract right.
Abstract right.
You mentioned it deals with
Yeah.
property contract
Right.
and wrong,
Yeah.
but in a very specific way.
In a very Hegelian way.
Yeah, not necessarily how we might normally think about those terms.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So when Hegel talks about property in this section,
Yeah.
he's not primarily concerned with economics
Okay.
or, the detailed legal framework
Yeah.
of ownership.
Okay, it's not about who owns what.
It's not about, deeds and contracts.
Yeah, it's not about that.
No.
Okay.
Instead, he's using this idea of taking possession of something.
Okay, so just the act of possession.
Yeah, the act of possession
Okay.
as a fundamental first step
Okay.
in establishing a sphere
Okay.
for the free will to act
Okay. In the world.
in the world.
Okay.
Right. So he even says that what and how much I possess
Okay.
is purely contingent as
Yeah.
far as right is concerned.
Like it doesn't matter what you own.
It doesn't matter what you own. It doesn't matter how much you own.
Okay.
It's the principle of being able to have something
Okay.
as your own.
That matters.
That matters.
Okay, so it's more about the philosophical principle
Exactly.
of exerting your will.
Of making something yours.
Yeah, of making something yours.
In the world.
In the world, yeah. Okay.
So, for Hegel, by taking possession of something,
Yeah.
an individual is giving their free will
Yeah.
an outward,
Yeah.
tangible form
Okay.
that others can recognize
Okay.
and interact with.
So it's like you're making your will visible.
Yeah, you're externalizing.
Yeah, externalizing it.
Yeah, okay.
And this is crucial for developing
Okay.
self-consciousness.
Okay, so it's part of becoming.
Yeah, it's part of becoming a self.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he argues that that ownership,
Yeah.
it's not just a solitary thing.
No, it's not just you on your own.
It's not just me and my stuff.
No.
It's determined
Yeah.
within the context of a common will.
A common will.
A common will.
Shared between individual.
Right, so it's social.
It's social. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this leads to his concept of contract
Right.
in abstract,
Right.
which, again, is not what we normally think of.
No, not your typical business contract.
Yeah, when we say contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this early stage,
Yeah.
the contract
Yeah.
is this mutual recognition
Okay.
between two hypothetical persons.
Okay. Hypothetical persons.
Yeah.
So not real people.
Not real people yet,
Yeah.
just the idea of persons.
Okay.
Yeah.
About the ownership of property.
Yeah. So one person recognizes that the other person has this thing.
Owns this thing.
Yeah. And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
So there's no exchange of goods.
No exchange of goods.